Barcelona's Mercat de la Boqueria. Every city has a few special places where people gather together to experience the delightful ambience, and very often you will find that the main food market is one of the most exciting destinations in town. Occupying a city block filled with food and shoppers in the center of Barcelona, the Mercat de la Boqueria food market is a great public place that is fascinating any time of the day, but especially worthwhile early in the morning when not much else is happening in town. Most of Barcelona does not open till well after breakfast, except for this busy place located along the famous Rambla Boulevard, which in itself is another special place. The food market begins to stir from nearly 6 a.m. when the first merchants arrive, and a few coffee counters open up inside the hall and just outside, making this about the only place in town available for a pre-dawn caffeine fix. The market is fully up and running by 7 a.m. and stays open all day, making this a great place to hang out, watch the colorful action, get a coffee, and maybe pick up some snacks for your busy day ahead. Even if you are not an early bird, or don't need any food and have no interest in architectural history, simply walking through this market is a rich adventure for your senses. Passing row after row of perfectly displayed fruits and vegetables arranged by workers who really care about the visual impact, color, and aesthetics. At the same time, you're immersed in the bustling atmosphere of busy shoppers and merchants calling out their specials in booming Spanish tones to seize attention and entertain the crowd. Odors fill the air with a constantly changing palette as you walk from cheese to fish and on to fruits and veggies.
And as you can see, it's a very lively food market.
There are several small food counters here that offer a chance for a quick meal, tasty food, and a chance to rub elbows with some talkative locals. Eating at a simple cafe like this, sitting on a stool, is a refreshing contrast to the long wait for table service that you get in a typical restaurant, because here everything happens immediately right in front of your eyes when you sit down on the stool, especially when it's not crowded. If it is crowded, well, you can expect that the local customers might get a little bit of priority over the tourists, so just be patient and sit there with a happy attitude, and they'll take care of you soon enough. Now, most of the market's products really are meant to be brought home and cooked. It's the local scene for the local housewives are out picking up their daily fresh produce, etc. So that's the main market. But the intrepid traveler can certainly find some great items that you can snack on during the day. There's lots of fruits and nuts and cheese and breads and sweet treats of all kinds. And this is so convenient, it'll cost a lot less and be more convenient than meals purchased in a restaurant, that's for sure. And there's a lot to be said for munching on simple foods that you pull out of your pocket while you're just walking along sightseeing. And so far there's no medical reports that say that eating while you walk is unhealthy. In fact, maybe it's a good thing because, one, you're giving your body some fuel, and two, you're walking and working out and burning off some calories at the same time. So it's really kind of a nice combination, snacking while you walk. Of course, you're going to want to sit down and enjoy some great meals, but not necessarily every time you get hungry, especially if it's outside the normal meal hours when your appetite and slumping energy levels call for some attention. Well, this market is housed in an old-fashioned steel and glass structure that was first built in the mid-19th century with an elaborate steel facade that was put up in the Modernista style about a century ago. The Mercat de la Boqueria resembles some of those other great food halls that were once found throughout Europe's major cities, nearly all of which have been torn down or converted into more modern shopping malls. In many ways, these food hall structures were the first truly modern buildings to incorporate the engineering technique of glass walls held together by steel frames, which has subsequently dominated urban architecture. So the continued existence of this particular structure is another fine example of the intact preservation of Barcelona's historic center. Its archaic glass and steel design looks like something out of an old movie, but this market continues to play a really important role in the modern daily lives of shoppers getting their daily fix of fresh, healthy foods. Most shops of the Gothic quarter have old facades. They look very ancient from the outside, but when you walk inside them, they're very sleek and ultra-contemporary, very modern and up-to-date. Unlike this Mercat de la Boqueria, where it seems like you've stepped back into the 19th century. You will get a sensual overload of sight, sound, color, motion, aroma, and taste for an experience not to be missed. While the decorated facade is visible along the Rambla, it is recessed from the street and gives no outside indication of the treasures to be found within. If you are not intentionally looking for the market, you might miss it, so be on the alert for this must-see attraction.